Alright, check it out, check it out. You already know, man, the 6th letter and this shit. Rocking with Royalty Radio and all that, you know, man. Follow me on Twitter at the 6th letter. Check out my website, www.the6thletter.com. And check me out on YouTube. Type in the 6th letter. See all my shit up on that. Know the playlist to get high music coming soon. Produced by my man, Rise Fresco and shit. You already know, man. Vegas Club all day.
With every ounce of my love, I have in my command.
Yeah.
I'm doing the very best I can to make you understand.
Royalty Radio. Oh, DJ Andre 905. E. Williams, CEO Face, and you know Paco, Melly Mel, and of course me, D to the R.E. Wowzers. I try to tell these rappers, yo, go get away. Wowzers. We run this radio like every day. Wowzers. Oh, don't be.
Of course, it's one of those names that when you hear it makes you wonder. It's like, why did he choose such a name? What does it mean? You know, could it mean that his name starts with the 6th letter? Well, once you listen to his music, you're going to realize that, you know what, sometimes music is more than just a name. Sometimes a name is just a cover for what's underneath. Of course, we're going to figure out this persona, but for now, of course, we'll welcome him to Royalty Radio. So 6th letter, welcome to Royalty Radio. It's a pleasure to have you on air.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, of course, we'll start with the name, 6th letter. F is in Frank? I don't know. What does it mean? What's the meaning behind the name?
Alright, well, like, basically it's, like, derived from my high school nickname, which was, like, Freshie.
Okay.
Like, all my friends called me that because, like, every day I was wearing, like, fresh shit, so, like,
Right.
you know, just a fresh kid, Freshie. That's what they call me. So,
Okay.
you know, like, when I was deciding, like, to take my music career a lot more seriously and stuff,
Right.
I decided to, like, flip that into something much cooler because I thought it'd be whack to have, like, Freshie as a stage name.
Right.
So I'm like, alright, what would be, like, cool and, like, you know, kind of intriguing? So, like, I just sat there, I'm like, alright, you know what, the 6th letter of the alphabet is F for Freshie, fresh shit. So,
Who would you consider some of the musical influences that affect the type of music you put out? Who were some of them growing up? Who were those who you listened to?
I have to say, like, artists like Wu-Tang Clan, Tribe Called Quest, then you got, like, Nas, DOS Effects, Lords of the Underground, fucking Redman, shit, who else? Like, mad people, yo, like Jay-Z, a lot of people, yo.
Okay, okay. Was there one specific artist that, I guess, inspired you the most?
Not a specific artist, but I'd say duo, and that would be Outkast.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it about them that
It's just that style, man. It just came with that different shit. Like, nobody was really on that, you know? So, like, that's what I kind of, like I was, like, drawn towards that and shit as a kid, so.
Okay, okay. So what was it specifically about hip-hop that, I guess, led you onto this path to become an artist?
Yo, like, as a youth, I was just, like, really into the beats at first. Like, I didn't really, like, understand fully what everyone was saying as a kid, so, like, I was just really into, like, the beats and, like, yo, how do they do that? Like, how is that, like, made? What's the process behind all that shit? So, like, I just started to, like, study that shit as a kid, you know, just coming up, just, like, kind of, like, teaching myself how to do certain things, you know? So,
okay.
I just, like, trying to, like, learn, like, how to do shit properly. So, like, that, I don't know, that, just from that, just leading to now, I don't know, it's been kind of, like, fun for me, I guess.
Oh, okay. Did you dabble in, like, production, or did you just,
Yeah, at first, I was kind of, like, dabbling into the production side, like, more than, like, the rapping and stuff, because I wasn't too, like, comfortable, like, rapping in front of people and shit like that, so I kind of, like, kept it to myself at first.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, I started to get, like, a little comfortable with it, like, I'd say, like, summer 2010.
Okay.
Started, like, you know, sending my shit out to certain people, getting, like, positive responses and shit, like, networking online and stuff like that, so.
What was the point at which you felt that, you know, you could actually rap and take it seriously?
Yeah. The first time I recorded.
Okay.
When I heard myself, like, it was pretty tight, you know, so I started, like, to keep going from there.
Right.
Like, at first I was just, like, rapping and freestyling and shit at parties with my friends and whatnot. Like, I
Okay.
didn't really have, like, anything on wax.
Right.
Like, the first time I had that, I was like, damn, like, this is really, like, that's what it is. I can, like, keep it moving forward from here, you know, so.
That's true,
So
that's true. What was your first recording?
Shit. Nobody knows this. You guys are, like, the first to find out right now.
Okay.
My very first song, like, I did was fucking, it was like a freestyle over that Drake beat, Ransom.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like 2009.
All right.
Went to 2009, something like that.
And what was the first time someone heard it, other than yourself, of course, what was their reaction?
A lot of people were shocked, like, what? You can rap? Like, you know, so. And that, like, just like that whole, like, shocking thing, like, people, like, finding out that I rap and shit, that, like, kind of, like, led to, the title of my first mixtape. My debut was kind of like, what the F?
Right.
Like, I called it that because, like, a lot of people didn't know I rap and shit when I came out. Their response was like, what the fuck, this nigga's rapping? Like, this is actually dope, so that's why I called it that, you know? Like,
Of course, Ras Rascal was here as well. How did you guys end up associating with one another?
Me and Raz linked up, like, through Twitter probably, like, 2 years ago. Maybe
Okay.
3. like just before, just before summer 2010. Kind of like linked up online and shit. Cause like I reached out because like I found his video on Facebook. Someone posted that shit. Like what was that thing? That Lee and Low video.
Right.
Yeah, that was the first video I seen from him. Like, yo, this kid's crazy. He's from like Toronto and shit too. Like, I never heard anything like that coming from the city. So I'm like, yo, like I need to work with this kid. You know, like I was digging that shit. Like, so kind of like linked up there. I was reaching out for beats and shit.
Okay.
He sent me some shit, and like that ended up being the LB'd Up track that we ended up making this shit.
Okay.
So that's how like that came about.
So was it just chemistry, like right off the bat, as soon as you guys met up, you know, the chemistry was just flowing between you two?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. The first time we met, like the day we met, was when we shot the video.
Okay.
Yeah, so like that was the first time we actually like met in person, you know. So we just been building since then, you know.
Okay, so did you guys like record the tracks prior to meeting?
Yeah,
and then everything
it was on before that, and then we just got together and shit.
Okay. So of course you're part of the Bakers Club. How do you feel that being with the Bakers Club? How do you feel that's gonna propel your career?
Well, it's dope because like, you know, everyone is like in the club like has their own style and shit, you know. Like it's pretty much been fam since like day one. Like since like I've been networking with the Raz, like everyone else that's in the club right now, we've all been like networking like at the same time together and shit. So like we basically came up together type shit, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool to like, you know, just be like with the homies and shit, you know, like just people are cool, but you know, just have that like mutual respect for each other and shit like that. So yeah,
for sure. Now of course, intellectual wise, you know, you need to have your smarts on when you're doing this stuff as well. The Bakers Club, when you hear, you know, a lot of smoking going on, do you guys, I mean, use that as a form of relaxation, or is it more so, you know, use it to get into the zone before you guys, you know, do your thing on the ones?
It could be both, but like the meaning behind the Bakers Club thing is basically like a baker makes cake,
right? And
like, you know, like everyone in the club likes to make money, so like what a baker like make cake, like everyone in the Bakers Club making money, so most of it. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, being an artist, you know, sometimes, you know, everybody longs for that one point in time whereby, you know, they'll go on stage, perform in front of either 100 people, 1,000 people, 100,000, whatever it is. Do you remember your first stage performance?
Yeah, I do actually, and that shit was fucking crazy, man. First time I was on stage was when I opened for like Currency and those guys for the Smokers Club tour in 2010.
Right.
And yeah, that shit was. That was another like moment in like my career that was like, yo, like you really like doing this shit right now, like this is real, yo. So like that was kind of like crucial in my life right now, you know.
For sure.
I was like, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Now of course, before you went on stage, how were you feeling? Were you really nervous?
I was kind of nervous, but I wasn't really showing it and shit. But like, you know, it was cool once I got up there and shit. Just rocked it, you know.
And you feel that the crowd really warmed up to you, because of course when you're an unknown artist, of course, and you're going on stage, if people don't really know your music, sometimes it's hard to get them to vibe to it. So how do you feel based off the first performance? What would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10, I'll probably say like, I don't know, fucking like 6, maybe 7.
Maybe 6, 7?
But like, if you were to ask me like my last performance, I'll probably say like a 10.
It's it.
Yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable with the shit now because I've been doing it for a minute, so like, it's cool, yeah.
Okay. Of course, Go Green, name of your second mixtape. First one, of course, was What the F. How does Go Green differ from What the F?
There's a lot more like original joints on that, and then you know, just kind of like still like conveying like what I can do, you know, just like the styles and shit like that. So it's you gotta like hear it, you know, just appreciate it and shit like that. So it's dope.
Most definitely. Now, of course, for those who don't know, of course, where can they get it? Where can they download it?
You can check that out. A lot of people have been saying that that Pip thing is fucked up, so you can check it out on the 6letter.bandcamp.com. You can download that. Yeah.
All right. And how many tracks are on there? Production? How many?
I've 17 with a bonus joint. So yeah. Okay. And producers on that. There's Ski Beats on there, Rags on there, Big Chop, P-Rock, DJ Muggs, my man Glassy, Savi's on that.
Okay.
Sir Flywalker's on that. Mad people, yeah.
No, of course, we got in the background, Easy on the Motion. That was one of the most popular videos right now, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, off the mixtape, over 37,000 views and counting, of course. Why do you think that particular song has, you know, received the amount of love that it has? Do you think that initially when you released it, did you feel that it was actually gonna?
I did actually, yo. And the reason why I did that is like, you know, I just want to like pay homage to like the forefathers of like the hip hop shit like in Toronto, really. So like that's why I rocked over that Ghetto Concept joint. Like a lot of people don't even know that like it's the Ghetto Concept joint. Like younger generation and shit. So it's kind of like me schooling them a little bit at the same time. So like they know like they're aware and shit like that. But yeah, like I don't know, it just I really like it. It's one of my favorite joints off the tape. Like, a lot of people say it is too, so yeah. I guess that's why it's
and of course, the video when it was shot, it had that whole old school effect as well going with it. Is that something that you'd have for most of the videos, or was it just specifically for that video?
It was specifically for that video, but like you can expect to see a lot more of that in the future.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a new twist to it and shit, you know.
For sure. Of course, with the vibe and stuff like that, it seems like entrenched in the early '90s time frame. Is there any specific reason why you have a vibe with that?
I just love the '90s, yo. Born in '92, man, and shit, I just fell in love with the '90s. I was just like, yo, as a kid, like my mom was always playing like hip hop shit in the house. That's all I would hear. There was nothing else but like hip hop. So that's why, So.
Okay. And of course, you're currently working on a third mixtape.
Yeah.
What's the name of that mixtape?
I call that one Northern Playlistic Get High Music.
Northern Playlistic Get High Music.
Right. MPGHM for sure.
Okay. Why that title?
As I said earlier, like I'm a big fan of Outkast and shit. Like their debut album was called Southern Playlistic Cadillac Funky Music.
Right.
So it's kind of like a retake on that with like a northern like I don't know, kind of like musical twist to it.
Okay. And are you gonna have any features on there?
Yeah, but I won't say too much on that right now.
Okay.
But I can say that it will be entirely produced by Raz Fresco.
Raz Fresco, most definitely.
So you guys can look out for that. That's coming like late spring, like just before the summer hits and shit.
Before the summer hits?
Yeah.
You have one joint that's really gonna be for the summer?
It's there, man.
It's there?
It's there, man.
Working on it? Alright. That's dope. Of course, what other projects do you have on the go at the moment?
Well, I'm working on like a bunch of singles that I should be putting out in a little bit, so you guys can expect some new music in like the coming weeks and shit. So that's gonna be out. And what else? Working on another project. I probably won't even give you guys the title of that. It's too early. But like I'm working on like a lot of shit on the side. So.
Okay.
Expect a lot of music coming before like the MPGHM shit. So
okay.
Just keeping consistent. Like I got videos coming out in like a couple weeks. Prime's doing everything.
Right.
And yeah, man, just look out for that new shit. It's coming. Like just stay patient. It's coming.
For sure. How important is it to be consistent? Of course, especially when you're a new artist coming up, people are trying to pay attention to you. How important is it for you to be consistent?
Very important. And I'll leave it as that.
Alright, that's what it is. Of course, every time you come to Royalty Radio, we got an artist. We get them to do a little freestyle. You down with that?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Let's make it do it.
Do a little acapella though. I'm gonna beat and shit.
No beat? Alright. Degenerate Fab, it's all good. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Alright, yo. Let's see what I got here.
Once upon a time.
The 6th letter. Nigga, you know my name. You saying my name. Make sure you saying the whole thing. It's a title. I be high as the Eiffel, shitting on these niggas and I barely even try to. Finna light up like Raichu. Inhale then exhale, tell your mans keep his mouth shut like his breath smell. These niggas claiming they fresh, these bras they can't tell. You lying, you think you flying, you trying but finna fail, nigga. Hope stalking the kid, they know I'm popping. Smoke so much weed, the feds think I chop it. He emerged from the bottom, now he generating profit. With gold on his neck, zigzags in his pocket. Yo, nigga stop it, my mind's like a rocket. A couple more bars, you be saying that I lost it. You ain't fly, you's a motherfucking ostrich. I shut him down like a motherfucking off switch. We in the house, tell him get the fuck out. You swear you wouldn't see us come up, but you lucked out. Grind life, my nigga, you know we living it. If shorty on my dick, then bet I'm gonna be hitting it. Call my niggas when I'm through, you know I'm gonna be dishing it. I'm after that money, yeah, that money's what I'm fishing in. Young nigga getting it, cold like December in. Shorty with me, complexion looking something like cinnamon. When she coming through, I tell her make sure you bring a friend and double it up. I'm trying to fuck it, yeah.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is.